Hey folks, AJ the CEO here. We are at Woodville Presbyterian Church, and you know what we do. We go in. Hopefully y'all like the stuff that I do, because hopefully this is meant to show you what you can do inside your sanctuary. Right now, there's nothing here. So they asked me to come here and give an idea, and you know how we're gonna do. We're gonna get back in front of the computer, design everything, but let me take you on a vision of what we're gonna do here. All right, so right now, you know how we do it. We set the foundation for a skyscraper. The idea is in the future, they want to put screens in here, which is not right now, but the intention would be that we run cables for the TVs there. Their sound system is right here, classic sound system that's here in the podium. We're gonna relocate that into maybe a dedicated location over here, over there. We're looking at putting maybe a PTZ on the side here to look down the front, one in the back, maybe one on the side. And the idea is just looking at the mic system. Let me take over here another quick picture, because this is the same board that we've replaced a couple of times. So that's an 8-channel mixer. So we need to do extensions or maybe a snake that we can send everything over a single shielded Cat 6 or Cat 5e cable all the way to the back. Mic up the other instruments if they aren't. And we'll relocate everything maybe in that back corner. Thinking about an ATEM Mini Extreme. So camera, 3 at minimum, 2 at minimum actually, with the potential of putting some extra wires in place. You see the ceilings, so most likely we're gonna go across baseboards to get it there to save on trying to do anything. And then in the future, run a couple of lines that they want to originally put some TVs back in the fellowship hall. So we got some drop ceilings, so that should be fairly straightforward to run some cables. I'm probably thinking about 2 SDI cables that can handle 300 feet. This is not 300 feet, so that would save plenty of time. And we would have a junction back here. So looking right here, I don't think TVs are going to be done right now, but again, if we ran the cable and just left it in the ceiling, it would make it very easy to come in and add something. There are no speakers in the ceiling, so the audio will be coming from the TV. That will be fine, so we don't have to do any delays or anything like that. And the main thing is going to consist on making sure that the internet speed is fast enough and we get it set up for them. In the future, those TVs are going to be meant for scripture, the hymnals, and everything like that. So let's go ahead and cut over to the computer so we can design everything, show you how it's going to be done, put a list to everything, and get them what they need as an estimate, and we'll go from there. So let's cut over to the computer. Alrighty, folks, we are back here, and let's go ahead and design the system for Woodville Presbyterian. All right, so we're here like we normally do. This is Draw.io, and again, we talk about setting the foundation. Again, this is another ministry that doesn't have anything, but coming in, we want to set the infrastructure that will set them up in the future. Again, not trying to break any wallets and break any budgets, but we want to set up something that will get them a good start. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna put everything on an ATEM Mini Extreme. They don't have an area right now, so that's probably gonna be in the far back right if I'm from the pulpit looking there. We're going to relocate their audio mixer, which is a very classic mixer. I've been seeing this same mixer a whole bunch of places, and it's just an 8-channel one. So we're gonna have to reroute all of those mics back here, which is a good thing. It's only 8, and we are going to move, run the extensions back to their speakers. So that should be really straightforward. This is gonna be connected over a RCA to 3.5 millimeter cable, because they have the tape out from here. So that works really good. Now, they're not going to do all of this, but I like to set them up in the future. I told them about having a PTZ in the back, maybe one on the side, and then another one in the front. All right. In the future, they want to have some televisions to display scripture, hymnals, everything like that. So I'm thinking 65, 70s, something like that will work good for them. We have these flanking right here. Let's move this down just a little bit. And of course, we need an IP joystick. Now, the other thing is they don't have any infrastructure at all from a networking standpoint. So they also wanted me to go over how we can add some Wi-Fi there in the area as well too. You know, we're going to be using some unified access points there as well too. All right, so we got that. And we also are going to do a distribution that goes and feeds TVs in the fellowship hall, which is again going to be in the future. So I will take this, and it's going to be 2 of them. It'll be fellowship hall 1. I don't know why my feet keep sticking. Well, every time when I type, not sticking, it doesn't register like I've typed on it. That's TV number 2. All right, really straightforward with this one. All right, now they didn't say anything about a computer, but I will include that. Let's do a laptop here, and I would honestly prefer to do a PC, but again, we're looking at the space. All right, and of course we need a PoE switch with this. Set that right here. And what we're gonna do, and oh, you know what I forgot, we also need a HDMI splitter. I'll probably do a 1x4 here, because we're not going to use that many TVs right there, but we are going to also use an HDMI to SDI, because I want to run an SDI cable for that distance, and that's something we don't have to worry about going to the fellowship hall. And we're going to do the same thing over here, and let that feed into a splitter over here as well too. So maybe another splitter over here. All right, so this is going to be SDI to HDMI. Out of the way a little bit more. All right, and I don't know why I keep forgetting about the multi-view. So that'll be multi-view monitor. Let's slide this over here a bit. Put our joystick over here as well too, and we'll put our laptop here. All right, so we're going to connect these over fiber HDMI cables here. And connect all of these over Net 6. Over here, so it's a clear shot, so you can see everything. This one, have the joystick, and again, I didn't include this, but most of the time I always put this in a power distribution so that you can hit that, and that will turn everything off. I like doing that because it just makes it easier so that we don't have any issues and things like that. Laptop or computer is going to be connected as well. What else? Do we miss anything? No. All right, HDMI out number 1 is going to the monitor here for the multi-view. If it'll let me move the cable. And the second out is coming here. Our splitter. That splitter is going to feed TV number 1, TV number 2. All right. Then another output is going to the HDMI to SDI converter. Run that long run all the way down the hallway. That feeds into the HDMI splitter, and then a closer run directly to each TV. And again, this is in the future. This isn't something they're going to do right now, but we are going to put that SDI cable in the ceiling, and then we would just need to add the converter and stuff. We might even add the converter and all that stuff there as well too. Now, another thing that could happen is because the HDMI to SDI converter actually spits out 2 SDI cables. So from right here, from an HDMI to SDI, it gives me 2 SDI outs. So I could go from HDMI to SDI and just run 2 of these and run them directly to the TV and put a converter, a SDI to HDMI on the back of each TV. That could also be an option as well too. But in here, we'll go from here, you know, and that would, by doing that, that would remove the need of a splitter. So let's actually do that instead. So we'll actually run 2 cables instead, and they would go for each one of the TVs. That will save a bit. We can pull power from the TV and good. We'll be good to go. So let's get rid of that. And then we have our, why did to do that? And then this is where we're going to connect our HDMI cable from the converter to the TV. Now, we're going to also, in the future, add some access points. I will probably do a small Dream Machine there. It doesn't really need anything super intensive. And in this section, I'm thinking maybe get away with 2. One in the sanctuary, and then another one in the fellowship hall or in the hallway, so that from the administration standpoint, they can get internet that way from Wi-Fi. So this one will most likely be connected to the PoE switch there in the sanctuary, and then the router is most likely going to be in the pastor's office, so that'll be connected somewhere there, and that will give internet in both locations. Really simple. All right, again, like I said, we got to get some extensions for the cables from the mics. It's only 8 of them, as well as 2 other extensions for the speakers. That comes in the back. Really straightforward. We may even look at making sure, especially when you start live streaming, that you want to also have all of the instruments covered, so they're not ambient noise from other, their audio is not being picked up just from other mics in the area, but you have a direct connection. But you kind of want to lean that out, because it seems like this ministry is not used to having to adjust the mics in the mixer live. So just setting that standard to know where they're going to go in the future. So link is down below to every single thing that we're going to be using. You know we're going to be bringing y'all along if we get the contract, and we'll show you how this is installed and how we're transforming another ministry. Well, modernizing another media ministry. I want to thank them so much for reaching out to me, and I'm really humbled, and thank y'all so much for a lot of y'all. These ministries that are reaching out, is they've watched some of these or other ministries that I've helped. They've recommended me to other people, and I can't thank y'all enough for all of y'all who are doing that. So if you like this type of content, appreciate a like, consider subscribing, hit that bell, that way you get notified when we come out with other videos to help modernize your media ministry. Thanks for watching, folks, and if I didn't say it, link is down below to everything we're going to use. I think I did that, but anyway, thanks for watching, folks. This is AJ. We'll catch you on the next video. Later.